Good afternoon. Today is Saturday, April 5th, and we have some birthdays. Today is Brian's birthday, who is Linda's, who's Dayton's grandma. Today is Brian's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brian. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Susan Lynch's birthday, so Susan, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a great, great birthday today. Another Saturday, nothing much to do. Mary was supposed to move today. I told you that. And it's been raining off and on all day. And so she called the movers and asked them if they could just move it till Tuesday, because Tuesday's supposed to be better weather. And so they said yes. She paid for the whole month where she's at right now. They're going to prorate her when she moves out. They'll just give her money back from the time she didn't use it. So she's a little disappointed because she really wanted to move home today, but a couple more days isn't going to really make a difference. Christy brought her for her CAT scan yesterday, so we'll get the results early in next week. And then my brother Michael came by this morning because he went on a fishing trip down at the Gulf of Mexico with a bunch of his friends, and he got lots of fish. So he didn't have enough room in his freezer, so he brought it over here to put in my freezer. So I cleared off a shelf for him, and he took up the whole shelf of fish. I don't know what kind of fish he had. He said I could help myself to any kind of fish I wanted. But I like going out to a restaurant and getting fish and chips, which I know is cod, which is usually what I get. I know you can get perch, but I remember one time my mother and I, we would gone to this place that was, I can't think of what the name of it was called. It was a really ritzy place. It was in Battle Creek, Michigan. And we had gone there to eat. We had went to Chicago with a bunch of us, and her and my Aunt Agnes, which was her sister, and then Denise, Mary, and Sue and I had gone with her, and we had gone to this restaurant. I think it was a Win-Schuler's, because they used to have the Win-Schuler's cheese, which I know you can get in Michigan. I don't know if it's all around the United States. It's like a soft cheese that you spread on a cracker. That used to be like their little appetizer. Like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and they put out the nacho chips and the salsa, they would always put out this cheese dip, which was delicious. And so eventually so I'm thinking the name of the restaurant was Win-Schuler's. Anyway, my Aunt Agnes had ordered a trout because she loved fish. And so she ordered a trout, and they brought this fish on the plate, and that was still a fish. The eyeballs were looking up at her, and she went, oh my, oh no. So they send it back and, cut the head off and all that good stuff. Even when my mother would always order crab legs, she loved crab legs, but she could never get the crab meat out of the legs, and so she'd always order it and have them take it out for her and just put it on the plate for her because she could never figure that out. I've never ordered crab legs, but I do like stuffed mushrooms, which I think are made with crab meat. So I don't know. I'm always afraid to try a shellfish because I always think I'd be the lucky one that would be allergic to it, and I'd probably break out or something. Although I have tried shrimp, and I didn't really care for it. And I have tried a taste of lobster and didn't really care for that either. So, but sticking with my tuna and my cod. And the one time I ordered cod at a restaurant and it was baked, it was okay. But I guess what I really like is the fattening, the frying coating or something, because yesterday I so wanted fish and chips, but I didn't want to get a carry out, and I didn't want to spend money. I'm trying to hold back on spending money for at least a little while till I know what's going on. And so what did I end up having for dinner? I know it wasn't a tuna fish sandwich. Oh, I had a bagel with some cream cheese. That's what I had for my dinner last night. I wasn't feeling the tuna, was really, really wanting fish and chips. But didn't want to, first of all, didn't want to go out. Second of all, didn't want to get a carry out because then by the time you get it home, it's a little cold. And lastly, I just didn't want to spend the money because to get a fish and chip dinner around here now is like $20 for just fish and chips. And to me, that's a lot of money for just fish and chips. Although anything, like we went to the McDonald's a couple weeks ago, and between Jim and I, it was like $22. So it's not cheap eating out anywhere anyhow. So Any hooser. But I wanted to welcome a new subscriber, Debbie Dre, Debbiedrey is the channel name, and she's a new subscriber. She said she found me, and I wanted to welcome her aboard. Let me know when it's your birthday. If you're new to my channel, let me know when it's your birthday or your anniversary or anything like that. And if you want me to sing to you, I will. I love singing. I love enjoying your day with you. So Debbie, I'm assuming your name is Debbie. Welcome to my channel. Also, I got a card. It's got my home address, so I'm not showing you that because my children get offended when I show. They get not offended. They get upset, is a better word, when I show my home address. With Google, anybody can find anybody nowadays, so I'm not really overly concerned about it. But anyway, but it's a thank you so much card. And she says, thank you for your friendship and for your prayers. You make my heart happy, and you mean the world to me. Hugs and kisses, Susan. Which is sparkling Susan to you guys. She was the friend that we were praying for her husband. She has put it on Facebook. He did have some open heart surgery. He ended up having a couple complications, and so he had gone into rehab, but now he's home and he's doing a little bit better. But if you can continue to pray for Susan's husband, I'm sure his name is Dan. I'm sure that he would appreciate it, as I know Susan would. And then Sue Slims Down had eye surgery. She had her cataracts removed, and now she's got 20/20 vision. I could have had 20/20 vision also. I've told you this before. When we had the surgery, Jim opted for not having to wear glasses, but only have to wear glasses when he has to read. I have gone my whole life taking my glasses off when I read, when I do any kind of reading. And I just thought, for me, I'm so used to wearing glasses. I've been wearing them since I was like 9 years old. It's just part of who I am. When I see myself without glasses, I'm wondering, who is that woman? And even my kids said, like, you're going to not stop wearing glasses, are you? Because it's just not going to look like you. Plus, I would rather just take my glasses off when I'm grocery shopping or something to read a label than have to worry about, where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? So I don't have 20/20 vision, but I'd see a lot better. I never realized how bad my eyes were, because when we used to watch TMZ all the time and they had the little side things that told you all the stories coming up, I could never read the stories coming up. I never could read the stories coming up. And then I had my cataract surgery and I thought, oh my gosh, you're supposed to be able to read the little stories coming up. It brought back a memory of the first time I ever got glasses when I was 9 years old. When we were driving home and I had my glasses on, I could actually read the street signs. I never thought that was capable. Anybody was capable of actually reading a street sign. So the little things in life that you just take for granted sometimes are just amazing to me, because I know I take a lot of things for granted, and I try not to, but it's easy enough to do that you just accept it as part of everyday life. And then when it's taken away or limited or whatever, for me, going up and down stairs, I took it for granted for so many years. Now when I watch people, I was watching, SWAT last night, and they were running after. They had their gun in their hand, they had the flashlight and their whole thing, and they're running up and down the stairs without holding onto the railing. I thought, oh my gosh, I remember I was able to do that at one point. Or even like when they show like Law and Order, when they're coming down all the steps from the courthouse and they're not holding on to anything. I'm thinking, oh, those were the days. Those were the days. But I took it for granted. I just assumed that my whole life I would have. I always try to pinpoint when was the time that I lost the ability to do that. When was the time that I lost the ability to just, stoop down and sit on the floor and then get right up? When was that? I don't remember. When was the last time I was able to go up and down stairs without holding onto a railing? Just little things that you take for granted. And there's so many things in life that you shouldn't take for granted. And just be appreciative of the fact that you can still do them. When was the last time I rode a bike? Things like that. Just silly little things. But anyway, someone had asked me, I forget who, I apologize, but they asked me if I've been reading. I really haven't been reading that much. The one book I was reading kind of put me off to reading for a while. That, what was it? One of the Sue Grafton. No, was it Sue Grafton? I don't even know where I put the book. I can't remember the author. Janet Ivanovich. That's who it was, with her Stephanie Plum. It just kind of put me off to reading. Although my cousin gave me the Prairie. What is it called? Prairie Fires, which I haven't started yet. I gotta get into that. But I did pick up, Christy gave me this book, which I like this author, the Hotel Nantucket. And it's pretty good. It's 365 pages. I just started it when I brought Mary to the hospital the other day. So I am on page, because you got to have something to do while you're sitting there. I'm on page 91. It's just about this girl that breaks up with her boyfriend, and she becomes the hotel manager of a brand new luxury hotel. And right now, just interacting with the new staff that she's just hired. I'm finding it interesting, although I do like this author. These chapters are a little bit longer than her previous books, because I like a book with a short chapter. But it's holding my interest, so I'm going to read that. I did finish the series I told you yesterday, The Bondsman, which was okay. It was kind of campy, but it was fun. Today I'm all caught up on the Pit, which I liked, with Noah Wiley. I do like that. But today I'm going to watch a new show on Netflix called The Pulse. It's another hospital drama. I like hospital dramas, and I like murder mysteries, and I like things like Criminal Minds and stuff like that. Those are my go-to kind of shows. The Bondsman was kind of like something a little bit different than I normally watch. But I do, like I said yesterday, I do like Kevin Bacon, and so it was interesting to watch. So I did like that one. And then trying to think of there's another show on FX they were on The View, Dying for Sex. It's about this friendship that develops between these two women when she's learning that she's dying. I don't understand why she's dying for sex, though. I don't think that had anything to do with it. But the interview kind of piqued my interest. So I'm going to probably check that one out, too, over the weekend. And then tomorrow we'll have our Zoom, because Lynn's back in Canada now from her trip. And yeah, nothing else. Denise went on a stitchery thing, something with cross stitching or something. She's in a group. She's in a sewing group, a quilting group, and a stitching group. And the stitching group went away for the weekend, so she's away with that. So yeah, I think that's it. Kind of a dreary day. Jim was excited because the Tigers won their opening day. I'll probably keep you knowing of what's going on with the Tigers, but I don't really care. But Jim does, and so I kind of have to have an interest towards them. So many out there, Lainey and Joni and Edie, they all get into their baseball. Me, not so much. But the Tigers won yesterday. They're playing right now, but they don't know that they'll get the whole game in because of the rain. But Jim will be happy. He said he has the best seat in the house. Because he can pause it and go to the bathroom, get something to eat, get back, and not miss any of the game. So, anyway, that's going to do it. So let's try to meet up again tomorrow. Hopefully I see you then.